今年买房子的比去年少了很多。
This year, fewer people are buying homes compared to last year, and last year's numbers were also lower than the year before. Some suggest this is because there is no longer a housing shortage or that buyers expect prices to drop further and are waiting. Others say they have lost confidence in the market. However, the main reason appears to be wage stagnation and income instability. Many lack confidence in their ability to repay mortgages. One person summarized the situation simply as lack of money. Economic conditions have also been challenging in recent years, making it difficult to earn and easy to spend. Buyers worry about being unable to afford mortgage payments over 20 to 30 years, especially those with children, who fear that loan repayments will affect their ability to support their families. On May 26, a blogger from Changzhi City, Shanxi Province, said that aside from civil servants and coal mining jobs, most local employment remains unstable with irregular income. People are hesitant to buy homes because many cannot afford mortgage payments soon after purchase. When buyers default, homes are auctioned by the court. Even if local housing prices drop to 5,000 yuan per square meter, many still cannot afford or dare to buy. The young blogger also noted that many Gen Z individuals struggle to support themselves, let alone spend money on buying homes or starting families. China's real estate market has been declining in recent years amid economic downturns, high unemployment, and a growing trend of young people postponing marriage. The outlook for the property sector remains bleak. According to statistics from the Ministry of Civil Affairs, the number of marriage registrations nationwide in 2024 is about 6.1 million couples, a 20.5% decrease from 2023, and the largest drop since records began in 1978. This number is less than half of the 2013 peak. In the first 3 months of 2025, there were 1.81 million marriage registrations nationwide, down by 159,000 compared with the same period last year. Financial expert Zhang Ping wrote on May 10th that data from wedding service companies show a widespread decline of over 40% in wedding bookings during May Day holiday or Labor Day this year. The wedding dress rental business also declined by 40% compared with 2019 levels. Zhang analyzed that high marriage costs are a key factor, making it unaffordable for many families. Bride price alone is at least 200 to 300,000 yuan. Other expenses such as wedding banquets, car rentals, photography, and honeymoons add tens of thousands more. In smaller cities, purchasing property costs over 1 million yuan, and in first and second tier cities, it exceeds 2 million yuan. Many young people choose to remain single due to financial constraints.
This year, during the May Day holiday, have you noticed fewer wedding posts on social media? Hotel bookings are open, and even the streets have fewer wedding cars. The usual wedding rush during this holiday has disappeared. This signals not only a downturn in the wedding industry, but also a looming crisis in the real estate market.
A real estate blogger from Xichang City, Liangshan Prefecture, Sichuan Province, noted that this year's May Day wedding season saw significantly fewer marriages. Despite widespread urbanization efforts, young people find it difficult to buy homes. Although down payments have dropped to 15%, a 90 square meter wedding home still costs around 1 million yuan at average prices. For young people earning monthly salaries above 10,000 yuan, it would take 12 years of saving without spending to afford such a home. Employment opportunities for young people are also limited, leading to concerns about their ability to afford getting married. When a wedding home is no longer a necessity, the real estate market faces serious challenges. Recently, China's National Bureau of Statistics released data showing the nationwide unemployment rate for urban labor aged 16 to 24, excluding students, was 15.8% in April, the lowest this year. However, external observers have questioned the accuracy of official data, estimating the youth unemployment rate could exceed 40%. Many young people classified as flexibly employed may actually be unemployed. Scholar Yuan Li from Hubei Province stated that the CCP's zero-COVID policy crippled China's economy over 3 years. Many young people now face reduced incomes, unstable jobs, and weak wage growth expectations. As a result, many have chosen to lie flat, with widespread trends of delaying marriage and childbirth. Previously, unmarried people over 30 were mainly concentrated in big cities. Now, those just over 30 and unmarried are found everywhere in rural towns and small cities. Young people have almost lost interest in buying homes, she said. Some bloggers view young people's reluctance to buy homes as a form of awakening. They argue that housing is no longer simply a place to live, but has become an economic trap. Purchasing a home is seen as signing a 30-year life contract that limits job mobility, risks financial instability, and imposes long-term debt. Many young people question the system. They challenge the notion that life should be devoted to mortgage repayment. As a result, some choose to resign from jobs, delay marriage, or avoid buying homes. They see home ownership as a loss of personal freedom. American economist David Huang noted that low marriage rates combined with high youth unemployment and withdrawal from the job market will structurally impact the real estate sector. Huang also connected shifts in social and marital values to the government's promotion of feminism over the past decade as a means to maintain social stability. He suggested that government-driven conflicts between genders have undermined traditional family values. Platforms like TikTok have contributed by spreading consumerist and materialistic messages, leading to distrust among young people and making marriage more difficult. With fewer buyers entering the market, demand for housing continues to decline. According to a report by China Index Academy, the top 100 real estate companies saw a 9.8% year-on-year sales decline in the first quarter of 2025. In March alone, sales fell 10.6% compared to the previous year. The real estate industry faces pressures from both high debt and weak sales. By the end of 2024, 1,660 developers had filed for bankruptcy, and 10 listed companies were delisted. Leading companies such as Evergrande and Country Garden carry debts of approximately 2.4 trillion yuan and 1.7 trillion yuan respectively. Debt restructuring only postpones risks without resolving them. Vanke, one of China's largest real estate firms, reported a net loss of 49.5 billion yuan in 2024, making it one of the biggest loss-making companies on the A-share market. A worsening problem is the increase of unfinished housing projects nationwide. Ongoing sales declines and poor cash flow have forced many developers to halt construction. In 2024, the total unfinished housing area exceeded 250 million square meters, involving around 8 million units. This figure may rise higher in 2025. Latest data shows that in April 2025, pre-owned housing prices in 100 major cities fell further compared to the previous months, marking 36 consecutive months of decline. Although average prices for new homes slightly increased in April, the overall real estate market remains weak. Historically, from 2003 to 2010, housing prices in major cities such as Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen rose over 150%, marking sustained growth. Decline began around 2020, and Evergrande defaulted in 2021. Reuters analysts estimate that average housing prices in China have dropped by 20 to 30% since peaking in August 2021. Yuan Li, a scholar from Hubei, said that even with a 20 to 30% decline over more than a decade, housing prices remain abnormally high. The main reason is government land monopoly and high land prices, which outweigh construction costs. Thus, homes remain unaffordable for the majority. Yuan added, when people lose hope, they give up. Many young people have come to accept that if they can't afford a house, they simply won't buy one. Real estate blogger Mr. Liu said most people hesitate to buy due to lack of long-term financial support and fear of overcommitting.
我觉得只有一个原因，那就是穷，没有钱。
I think there is only one reason, lack of money. People don't trust their ability to repay mortgages and fear that buying a house will reduce their quality of life. All the talk about market trends or seeing through housing's true nature is just an excuse. The real reason is no money. Even if prices drop to 5,000 yuan per square meter, some still can't afford it. Anyone with money would want a bigger, nicer home. It's all about status and comfort. So instead of focusing on rescue policies, we should focus on how to help people earn money. If people have money, they will buy houses. Who wouldn't want a bigger home or a better car? Honestly, many young people can't even support themselves without family help. How can they afford marriage or a home? If you can afford it, buy it. If not, wait. Don't make excuses. The truth is no money and fear of not making ends meet. On May 25th, a blogger openly criticized the government for not lowering housing prices further.
简直是不要脸了，太不要脸了。
This is simply shameless, talking endlessly about making housing affordable for all low-income people, and even introducing many favorable policies like lowering down payments, reducing interest rates, and offering subsidies. But is it really so difficult to bring down housing prices? Can't the government give young people some hope? The reason young people aren't buying homes is that they're realizing their hard-earned money still isn't enough to afford a house. When will the overall economy improve? If someone works in a small city for 7 or 8 years and still can't buy a home, that city can hardly be considered caring. Yet some experts say housing prices must not fall because it would harm overall development. Those experts are completely out of touch with the public. It is now widely accepted that housing prices will continue to decline over the long term. With fewer people and more available homes, many are choosing to wait for prices to drop further before considering a purchase. A real estate blogger from Winzhou also agrees with the view that housing prices have not yet fallen enough.
房价为什么跌到现在没人
Why have housing prices dropped to the point where no one is buying? Simply put, prices haven't fallen enough yet. Sellers may feel prices have already dropped sharply, from 5 million to 3 million yuan. But for buyers, 3 million is still very high. So they continue to wait, hoping prices will fall from 3 million to 300,000 yuan before they make a purchase. Yuan Li, a scholar from Hubei, said, housing prices must drop to around 40% of their current levels, or even lower, for them to be considered acceptable. Essentially, this means completely eliminating the inflated prices caused by the government's reliance on land sales. A blogger believes that in the future, houses may be sold as complete units rather than by area.
未来的房子呀，跌到1000块钱一平方。
In the future, housing prices could drop to 1,000 yuan per square meter, or even be sold by the unit for around 100,000 yuan, rather than by area. This is already becoming a reality in some places, not just in one city, but in many. Instead of pricing by square meter, homes are being priced at 50 or 100,000 yuan per unit. For example, in some small counties in provinces like Anhui, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Hebei, houses priced at 100 to 200,000 yuan per unit have appeared, yet many remain unsold. This trend may spread to 3rd, 4th, and 5th tier cities. At that point, would you still buy a home? It's estimated that about 70% of Chinese households' wealth is tied up in real estate, a very high proportion compared to just 27% in the United States. Since 2021, China's housing prices have been steadily declining, causing the largest asset shrinkage for many people in nearly a decade. On May 24th, a Chinese blogger posted a video stating that with housing prices falling, home buyers have become the subject of life's biggest joke. It is indeed ironic that those who did not buy homes in recent years have emerged as major winners, while those who worked hard, saved diligently, and took out loans to buy property now face regret. Reflecting on years of effort, there is both sadness and frustration. However, a real estate blogger noted that the biggest losers in the housing price collapse will be the speculators.
房价如果继续暴跌下去的话，
If housing prices continue to plunge, many experts say ordinary people will suffer the most. I believe that is nonsense. The real losers are the banks that profit from people's mortgage interest, and the developers selling homes at high prices. Speculators trying to disrupt the market are also to blame, not ordinary buyers. For people who own homes to live in, whether prices rise or fall by 1 million yuan, they are unlikely to sell easily. For those who haven't bought a home yet, the greater the price drop, the better. This gives more people a chance to afford housing and have some money left to enjoy life. A blogger from Shanghai stated that most people are not property speculators. They believe housing prices cannot fall any further. If they do, many families in Shanghai could face severe financial distress.
房价再往下跌啊，上海真的很多家庭都要崩溃了。
A blogger from Shanghai stated that at least 1/4 of Shanghai households are effectively bankrupt, with debts far exceeding their modest assets. Many bought homes at peak prices in recent years. A concerning trend is the growing number of court-auctioned properties in Shanghai, ranging from older homes valued around 1 million yuan to luxury residences worth several million. Job losses and business changes have left many unable to repay mortgages. Even selling their homes would not cover their debts. While many online mock those who bought at peak prices, the blogger sympathizes, noting most buyers are not gamblers or speculators, but simply trying to own a home. They question whether making one housing purchase mistake should ruin a lifetime. American economist David Huang noted that over 70% of most Chinese households' assets are tied to real estate. A 20 to 30% drop in housing prices means a destruction of wealth among the middle class and ordinary families, triggering a chain reaction leading to a widespread crisis of trust and asset value in China. According to data from the People's Bank of China, resident loans fell by 521.6 billion yuan year-on-year in April. This metric, a proxy for mortgage lending, shrinking again signals a negative outlook for the housing market. On May 20th, major Chinese state-owned banks collectively cut interest rates, with demand deposit rates dropping to 0.05%. Some believe this move could reduce mortgage costs and support buyer sentiment. In previous years, many market participants expected housing market corrections to be brief. Each relaxation of mortgage rules and economic stimulus led to rebounds in developer stocks, Retail investors saw dips as buying opportunities. However, the younger generation is increasingly unwilling to shoulder home ownership burdens, shifting market expectations. Huang predicts a long-term downturn in China's real estate market marked by structural collapse in demand. He believes rate cuts by state banks have little real impact because the real issue are high taxes, insufficient social security, and inefficient government management. He explained, the whole society relies on loans, but few dare to borrow. Ordinary residents hesitate to invest, while high-profit sectors are monopolized by state capital and privileged groups, making it difficult for regular people to enter profitable industries.